you out of sight.
Is intended for mature audiences only.
Parental discretion is advised.
Hello world, you are back on Outtasite Radio, PSN Radio. And on the line right now, our guest tonight, the man who is most definitely about his business. Cynile, you there, man?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
Oh, we're just doing a little radio show, man. It's all about you, bro.
Business.
I like that song, man.
Ah, you like that? That's a dope ass intro. Y'all should do that on every person coming on. That's a crazy intro.
Like no matter who the guest is, it could be a politician, the Boy Scouts of America. It don't matter who it is. We're playing Cynile about my business. I think we should do that, Jackal. That'd be an interesting hook.
Everybody that comes up.
I'm down with that.
Everybody that comes up.
I'm down with that. I was telling Cynile, man, when we talked, off air a few days ago, I was telling him, dude, I've had that song as my ringtone for a damn near a year now since he sent me that track. Or at least half a year to a year since he sent it to me. I've had that as my ringtone. No joke.
Yeah, man.
I love that track.
I get the same love for it. That's dope, man. I guess you hear my voice every day, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
I like that.
Might explain a lot. I'm going a little crazy and senile.
Right. So for the Outtasite Radio listeners who are not as familiar with Cynile as we are, how'd you get started in the music, man? What's your story, man?
It's pretty simple. I mean, I just always loved it. You know what I'm saying? I always listened to different types of music. It wasn't rap necessarily. I mean, I listened to a lot of different genres of music, but
me too.
I guess I sounded best rapping, I guess. So I stuck with that. It kind of, started off slow, I guess, for any, like anything you do, practice makes perfect. So, started off slow. I kept rhyming. I kept writing different words and, expanding my vocabulary, and it just grew, and I started to get good. So it's like
most definitely. So what sort of things inspire you to write? You say you listen to different types of music. I've talked to several different MCs who have said that sometimes the music that inspires them to write raps is not rap music. Is that true in your case?
It's funny. I can't say specifically. I always had this problem, I guess, where I would want to write something and I just couldn't because I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the, I just couldn't do it. So I mean, I guess in a way I would put on some, like soft rock, nothing crazy, like little Linkin Parkish rock, hip hop, stuff like that, and if it came to me, it came to me. I mean, inspiring, man, it's all about the beat and the timing, and at that moment, like, whatever my mood is, like, I'll listen to different things, and I'll write 10 pages, and it's just, I'm my worst critic, so I'll listen to it and I'll say, nah, scratch that was whack, and come back and try it again, and if it's not working, I just put it down, man, and I'll come back another day. Because the worst music is forced music. You know what I'm saying? If it's not coming to you, then just leave it alone.
Yeah, I think it's always best to be your worst critic, because if you're not your worst critic, somebody else is going to be your worst critic. You probably want it to be you.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's difficult, when you have like a writer's block sort of thing going on. Sometimes it is hard to find inspiration. How long have you been recording? Not necessarily writing, but actually recording songs. How long have you been into that?
Well, I've been doing that, I gotta say, since I was about, 13, so about 10 years now. 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 10 years. It escalated once I started getting into my, 16, 17, the older I got, the more I wanted to do it because, when you're younger, you don't really got much to say, and you don't know what to talk about and stuff like that. You're just rapping, but you're not really saying shit. So
right.
I am allowed to curse on this one, right?
Yeah. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Just don't say
Not
cunt, ass, or shit.
but-
Yeah.
No,
Just don't say
only
cunt,
the
ass, or
Jackal.
shit. You'll be good.
Only the Jackal
Only I.
is allowed to say those words. I'm only allowed to drop a F-bomb now and then. But that's it, though. We limit ourselves. Right. We have a little bit of self-control. Yeah. That's all. And in your songs, you can say whatever. It doesn't matter.
We have a swear jar here, and Outtasite here keeps it nice and full. So we're trying to, make him stop cursing us much. So we have a swear jar for him now.
Man, I gotta have like a swear house.
Puts a quarter in there every time.
I can't. I'm just like a swear house.
You got like the Fort Knox of swear jars.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So see now, man. I was checking you out online. And I saw a bunch of different show pictures, man. You're from New York, obviously. Yeah. What kind of shows have you been doing up there? Like I know I see the pictures. I see a couple of radio sponsored shows and different club shows and stuff like that. But I really can't tell where it is and what's going on, man. What kind of gigs you be doing up there, man?
Honestly, it's whatever's available. Like, yeah, that's what I'm working towards, trying to get, shows more brought to me. But I'm going to whatever is available. The problem out here in New York is that it's been really, the weather's been horrible. So a lot of people not going to the shows. So
right.
I try to hit it really hard once it start getting warm and hot and shit like that. And I'll just do whatever's available, man. Open mics, shows. Some shows I gotta pay to get in. Whatever I can do, I do.
Right.
As far as what I like to do more. I mean, I would love to get a lot more out there. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I get some of the shows, some of the pictures you might see. That's like just open mic stuff and some people
that's a show, man.
I mean, it's whatever. But it definitely it's always energy. The problem with a lot of these shows is, in my opinion, everybody's a rapper. So
right. Everybody's there's more rappers in the crowd than on stage. It's like everybody's making music now. I noticed that.
Yeah,
I think it's cute.
It's really hard to build a fan base when everybody, there's 300-400 people at the place. It's hard to build a fan base when everybody's a rapper and they're just kind of waiting for their turn.
Right.
So it's a grind. I stay on it. That's why I do whatever I can. Any promotion is good promotion, I guess.
Right. Now the weather is the weather up there is like really bad this time of year, right?
I think it's like 2 degrees outside.
Wow. See, I live in the Northwest, man. I live in the Northwest. It gets real cold out here and it gets snowy at times. It's not now, it's definitely not 2 degrees. See, you got me beating the bad weather front, man, in the Northeast. But here's what you got to do, man. Since you live in New York and you got this crazy weather in the winter, you need to fly south for the winter. Make like a bird, fly south for the winter, and hang out with the Jackal in Miami, man.
Yeah, that's something I was talking to him about. That's just something I was talking to him about a little while ago, because I would really love to hit the South scene, because I guess everybody out there just wants to have a good time. So, I guess you'll get more of a better
Jackal, what's the deal, man? You got to hook my man Cynile up, man. You got to get him out of the 2-degree weather. He's gonna freeze, dude.
Seriously, man. You know what they say, man? Miami down here, this is like the new mecca for like entertainment right now. I mean, Miami's bubbling with like all kinds of stuff. It's this is like the perfect spot for you to come down and do some shows down here, man. There's a lot of avenues for artists, especially hip hop artists, because Miami right now is getting really big in the hip hop scene, more than it's been in the past. So this is like the perfect spot for somebody to come out and blow up, man. So whenever you want to come down, man, holla at me.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we're definitely getting there. Everything takes time. Everything takes, the funds to do it. it's hard to do everything when you when you're coming out the pocket yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, see now, I just got a message from somebody who's listening to the show, and they said that would be possible for you to go south for the winter with Jackal if the airport was open long enough for you to do that. That's what the message was. So they may have a point there. You may be stuck, and it may be like Escape from New York, 1981, or something like that.
You know what? I mean, I'll just drive out there. I'll take my chances on the road. I've done it a few times already anyway. You know, the planes ain't stopping me, man. I don't even like to fly, to be honest with you. But, you know, if it gets me where I gotta go, you know, I'll take it. But yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of the planes and shit like that. Everything's taking days for people to get out of here.
So what have you been
trying to get out?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a lot. I've been seeing that a lot on the news, man. A lot on the news. Yeah. So what new stuff have you been working on lately, man? I know you got a lot of new music that no one's ever heard, new stuff in the chamber. What's your latest project that you're into these days, man? Let's plug away. We are promotional whores here on Outtasite Radio, by the way. Promotional whores, especially Jackal.
It's funny because I mean I work on a lot of music and I'm always doing you know, every song I can do, I'll make 2 or 3 new tracks a day. You know, minimum, most of the time anyway. And, you know, I'll just kind of store it for ammo. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know what, to be honest, I've had a lot of internet attention. Not as much as I would like, but enough, I guess. And I haven't actually got to put out mixtapes the way I would like to. Not because I don't want to, just because I feel like nobody really pops a CD in their car anymore. So it's really hard to try to plug those. So what I'll do is I'll put a bunch of links up on you know, wherever I can, Facebook, Twitter, Reverb Nation I just started, you know, YouTube, this50.com or hiphop.com. Yo, whatever the plug, man, I'll just plug my music in, and I'll try to, you know, people can download it for free, and if they like it, and they pass it along. And I'm trying to just build a buzz any way I can. I know that the CD thing is kind of hard, especially out here, because there's so many people handing you shit that it's like, you know,
you don't have enough hands to like collect all the stuff people are handing you as you walk down the street. By the time you get to the store or wherever you're going to purchase the item you went for, you can't even carry it. You got so much shit in your hands that people have been handing you. That was my experience in New York, anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the problem. So it's kind of made me not want to put out a mixtape, and you know, I'll just put out 1 or 2 tracks because I'll put as many tracks as I can out there anyway. Because like, let's say I print up a 20 track mixtape, which is a lot, I think, for just a regular mixtape.
Yes.
People have such short attention spans that they'll listen to the CD for maybe like a week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything is so now that it's like, okay, this was hot. What else you got? This was hot. What else you got? You know, like, okay, this was dope. What else you got? So it's like I'll just keep plugging online, and being that everybody's online through their phones and, you know, computers or whatever, you know, I figure that I mean I think that's the best thing. That's the most attention I've gotten. Opposed to CDs where they just look at it and kind of dunk it, and it saves me money. I don't got to print up the CDs. I don't got to, you know.
Well, the reason why is, and this is a good thing. This is a good thing for new artists coming out. It's all about digital downloads these days, and in the digital world, what that does is it gives an artist a lot of opportunity to expose their music outside of their local region. Because I'm from the Northwest, and I make CDs and downloads and make albums and got side projects and all this and that. And I actually sell more in other places than I do here in the Northwest. So that's the best thing about, and I sell good out here, but I just do a little better in other places. It's just the way it is. And that's the great thing about the whole digital world, is that you can get your music way further than you ever could just not too long ago. I mean, you'd have had to have some $100,000 investor to get a mixtape or or album or anything across the world. Now it's just like with a click of the button and the right promo team and some good viral promotions behind you, you could really get a lot of exposure these days, man. And I can see that's where your mindset is. And take advantage of all that, because that's really where the business is. The physical CDs and all this other stuff, that's where the business was, and it's never coming back. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, bottom line. So you got the right mindset, bro. You really do.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I try to work on, man. Like I said, everything is now. You know, I'll make a track. I could post it up right now, and it'll have a buzz for like 3 days, and then I got to start again. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely. I don't have those outlets where I can just make it because I know somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I got to grind it like everybody else, and I got to put out whatever I got, and sit back and pray. And it's like, fuck it. You know, whatever happens, happens. I'm not even gonna. You know,
but you know what, man? The grind hard attitude is the right attitude to have. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. I know a lot of somebodies. I know a lot of people. But you still got to grind hard. It almost don't matter who you know. You know what I mean? So that grind hard attitude you got, that I'm about my business grind hard attitude is where it's at, homie. Real talk. And you're going to go far with that attitude, man. Plus, you got skills. You got a lot of skills. Hey, Jackal, is there any way we could play some more Cynile music, man?
Oh, I got a buttload of Cynile music in the old jukebox here. We can play a bunch of them. In fact, he sent me about 5 new tracks, which I was listening to earlier today, and my favorite one from them is Hollywood Scandal. That song is dope. You want to play that one next?
You know what's crazy about that one? When did I send that to you? Was that like yesterday or something?
Like
I don't know.
Day ago?
I sent that track to you literally like 5 minutes after it was mixed down, and then I didn't even get to hear it. So I hope it's good. Go ahead, put that shit on.
See, this is what I mean.
That song's dope.
This is what I mean about the advantages of the digital world, dude. You sent Jackal a track 5 minutes after it was laid down. Do you realize that it used to take like 5 months for a single to really get out to the public to where anyone heard it? I mean,
that's crazy.
It just is what it is, man. So yeah, let's check out that tune. And by the way, everyone, you're listening to Outtasite Radio on the Soup Media Network, the hosting governing body of this thing we call Outtasite Radio and PSN Radio. You can listen live in the chat room or listen live at psn-radio.com. You can also listen live at outtasitemusic.com/radio. Live call-in number is 786-245-8127. Our guest is a young MC on the grind out of New York City. Goes by the name of Cynile. My co-host is the Jackal, and Jackal's still crazy as hell. Ain't nothing changed. We're going to get into some Cynile music, though, for sure.
Never going to change.
Yeah, let's do it today.
There's Hollywood Scandal by Cynile. Check it out.
Yeah. Yo, I feel like I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, my body stands still when my brain gets to travel. I see my name involved in the Hollywood scandal. I see me get it on and you're stuck on the channel watching me. Funny how we just switch sandals.
Hello, world. You're back on Outtasite Radio, and that was Hollywood Scandal by Cynile, who is our guest tonight. And that song was sent to my producer, the Jackal, no more than 5 minutes after he laid the vocal. Amazing. The digital age, man. It sounds good, though. Sounds real good. So is that your first time, like, hearing the song yourself?
I mean, as I was doing it, I mean, I guess I have it in my head. I heard it maybe once, twice, but never got to, like, I never sat down and actually listened to it like I did just now. So, I mean, I think the shit was dope. So...
Yeah, so do I. And what's funny about it is in that song, you said, like, you know, whatever, I'm going to have fun with it. It is what it is. Yeah. And that's totally your attitude. I'm just going to do the song. I'm not really going to listen to it, send it off to Jackal. It is what it is. I like that.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I
don't know.
That's going to be my new ringtone coming up. Ringtone.
Oh, you like that?
Tell me this
ringtone material.
Catchy shit.
So, So you said that when the weather gets a little bit better up in NYC and you get out the 2-degree world, you said when the springtime comes and summertime comes, the shows start to open up more. There's more opportunities to take the stage, etc. Is that the vibe? Because I've only been there when it was real cold. I don't think I've ever been there when it was like nice.
Nah.
How much does the vibe change?
When it's hot, man, it's hot. Everything is definitely dope. Everything, there's a lot of people going out. People have more energy, more time. They want to hang out. When it's 90 degrees outside, you want to go to a club, you want to chill. Now it's like, fuck, nobody wants to step out their house. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just going to sit in the lab, do what I do, and stack as many tracks as I can. And when the time comes, it's going to be on.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up. You ever been in New York City, Jackal?
I was in New York City as a kid, but I was like about 5 years old. I'd never seen snow in my life, though. The one time that I did go to New York as a kid, it was not snowing, so we never got to see snow. I've never seen snow in my life, which is kind of crazy for all of you folks who see snow every day. Man, that shit'll melt.
Do you hear this guy? Do you hear this guy?
So
you hear this guy? I've never seen snow.
It's nice and sunny.
It's very tiring after the first day. Shoveling
shoveling all that snow, man. Screw that. I'd rather have sunny South Beach with nice looking women walking around. Nice hot girls.
What happened in in New York City? Wasn't it something like the mayor of New York just neglected to clean the snow after a big huge storm or something like that? And there was a lot of problem. People were complaining to the city. It's like they were ill prepared for. Were you mixed up in all that?
If you were here, you got into it. I mean, I couldn't say exactly what happened because you know how it is, I guess, when it comes to politics, and you don't really know. But the biggest thing was that it did snow, and ambulances couldn't get through, and people couldn't get through. You couldn't drive. You basically were stuck in the house. You better have had food because nothing was open. It was kind of like everything was just shut down, man, and people were so pissed about it because in New York we got a crazy high rate of taxes. So the people that do pay those taxes are very touchy when it comes to that because listen, we're paying the taxes, you got to do your job. So a lot of people over here, I guess they were prepared for it, or they weren't prepared for. They were prepared for it and didn't care, or they weren't prepared for it and didn't care. So
right.
And then once it fell, everybody's kind of on your own. I mean, so that's people. A couple people died, like older people that need to be escorted to the hospitals daily and stuff like that. A lot of people, got hurt or whatever. Ambulances couldn't get out. It was pretty crazy for like a good 2 weeks.
Yeah, politicians have like crazy ideas of what they can and can't do to like balance budgets and things like that. I don't think not cleaning off that much storm in a East Coast blizzard was a smart thing to do. But that was my original question. Were you barricaded in your house? I mean, was it that bad for you? I know it was bad for everybody, but did you get like trapped in your home like a lot of people did?
No, I mean you can go out, but
the window.
You weren't going to get very far. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
It wasn't like end of the world.
I saw pictures. Bad. I saw pictures where people really couldn't get that far. I mean, it was like it was crazy. Well, you could, but it's extra dangerous. Like you were pretty much putting your life in danger. There was so much snow, and it was so deep. But
it was tough, man.
I'd hate to be a New York state taxpayer dealing with that sort of crap. That's why there's a lot of pissed off rappers coming out in New York, man. Dealing with a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I tell you,
dealing with a whole lot of shit.
I start making some real cheddar. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Ain't nothing pleasant about New York. Yo, I'll tell you what. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those
You know what's
fucking
funny?
rappers.
That's so funny, man. Because usually you hear, "Oh, I ain't never gonna leave where I'm from. I ain't never. Oh no, I ain't never gonna change." See, now it's
That's because
like,
they ain't
fuck
never
that.
gonna get no. Fuck out
When
of
I
here.
as soon
Yo,
as I get, I'm gone. No, dude, I'm gone. Call me when you hear I got money. Call me fast because I have a new cell phone and everything. Get at me.
yeah.
I'll have a whole
I
new
mean,
area code as soon as that big check comes in.
yo, I'm not one of those, like, that's one thing. Yo, I love where I'm from. I love being a New Yorker because I do. When I go to other places, I appreciate things a lot more. I mean, I wouldn't. Let's put it like this: I wouldn't change anything about the way I came up, but I came up already. So I mean, yo, money starts rolling in. I'll probably buy a fucking house somewhere far upstate and then bounce to Florida or Puerto Rico, wherever the hell is warm and nice.
Hey, man. So you were raised in Brooklyn, right? And now you live in Queens, correct?
Right. I mean, I was raised in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. You know, I lived there not too long. I mean, maybe I was 8 or 9 or whatever. Then I came to Queens. I lived here. You know, I met most of my friends are from Queens. Most of my people are from Queens. But Brooklyn is more my family, and you know, I know Brooklyn like the back of my hand. I mean, I'm not. You know, now that I recently moved out of there a few years ago. I don't really go back. I mean, there's nothing really to look at unless you know, like shitty fucking streets and porches and everybody fucking outside fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not one of those rappers, man. I really don't. I mean, I love it that I came from there, and I love what you know, the things that it's taught me. But I ain't like gonna front and be like, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Like, nah.
Hey, Jackal. Real quick, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man, but I'm getting messages from people saying they're trying to call in, like there might be a problem. Just want to let you know. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what's the difference, like, for people who don't know, from between like Brooklyn and Queens? What's the difference in the two boroughs?
There's nothing really different. It just depends on, I guess, where you're from exactly. Because there's different neighborhoods in Queens. There's different neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is starting to look a lot more like Queens because, I guess, financially where people are at, a lot of the people that were from Manhattan are coming down to Queens. Are coming down to Brooklyn. A lot of people from Brooklyn are getting out of Brooklyn, you know, so it doesn't really have that hometown feel of what it used to be like. I mean, there are certain areas, I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of areas that, you know, still have that, but, you know, things are kind of on lockdown over here, you know what I'm saying? It's you know, there's not too much you can get away with. I mean, you can't even take a piss. If you really got to go and you take a piss and you get caught, you're getting in trouble. Like, you can't do nothing anymore. Like, they're fucking crazy out here. But,
like that, huh?
So it's so it's like, you know, they really try to have things on a more steady level. I mean, things still do happen. There are people that are not going to care and people that are going to get away with certain things. But I mean, the differences are nothing because, I mean, you know, where I'm at, Brooklyn's like 3 blocks away. So it's like I'm in Queens. But Brooklyn's down the block. You know what I'm saying? You could be in Brooklyn, but Queens up the block. I mean, it don't make a difference. Everybody's from everywhere. It's like you go to Florida. A lot of people are mostly New Yorkers. They went to Florida. You come to, you know, New York. There's people from other places they want to see over there. I mean,
they're trying to get away from that damn 2-degree weather, man.
That's true,
man. I mean, that's just how it is. Everything
it's true, man.
Period. Like.
It's true. Down here in Florida, man, everybody's like, yeah, I root for the Yankees. I'm a New Yorker. And I'm like, really? So why are you in Florida? The weather, man. You know, it's just nice down here. Well, why aren't you a Floridian now, asshole? You've been in Florida for 20 years. Why didn't you root for, like, the Marlins and the Dolphins? No, I'm a New Yorker.
What's the New York accent? You know we don't talk like that, right? That's just bullshit on TV that you see. You know?
Yeah, that's the stereotypical New York accent.
That's just bullshit. I ain't met nobody with that accent since I've lived here. That shit, nobody's out like that. You gotta go into the nice neighborhoods where a lot of the nice Italians are and shit like that, and you might meet a few that talk like that. But it's fucking rare. It's not. like I said, everybody.
Well, that's more of a cultural thing, though. That's the older New Yorkers probably talk like that, but the younger dudes, young people now don't talk like that. But you get like the 40-year-old women, they're still like, yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Queens. They have that accent. Older white women, mostly older Italian white women, have that accent.
Yeah. I was talking to a partner of mine from New York. He moved from there like 2 years ago, and he was telling me that basically what you were saying, like you can go to jail for anything. Anything.
Man. I mean, you get arrested for you're not catching a break. First of all, there's too much. In my opinion, there's too much money in catching a criminal than just letting them loose. Every cop is trying to make a name for himself. The mayor wants to have keep his strict name for himself. I mean, look at Plexico Barrett. That motherfucker been locked up for 2 years now because he shot himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do shit out here, man. Like, it's tough, man.
Even
crazy,
stars catch cases in New York. It didn't Lil Wayne catch his gun case in New York?
Yo,
that he went to jail
I don't know what the story was, but I know he didn't really do shit. He just got in trouble or whatever the case may be.
I hear that Ja Rule was about to do 2 years for a gun charge that happened on the same night.
I don't even know about that, to be honest.
I was just reading about that. I didn't know either, dude. I was just like online, like looking at stuff, trying to think of what the hell am I going to talk about on this show tonight. And I saw that, and I'm like, what the hell? And he's not like, I guess he was big in like 2001, but Ja Rule, well, we know his story. But I haven't really heard much about it at all. But yeah, he's about to do 2 years, man. He's about to do 2 years, man. And I guess he got more time than Wayne. But everybody's getting time for guns.
Right?
Like if you get caught with a gun out there, it's over.
Yeah, but you know why
like
though,
right? If they're given wealthy like stars years for having a gun, I could just imagine the average cat. That's
you can
20 years.
You know why they're doing that to Ja? You know why they're doing that to Ja Rule, though, right? You know why they're doing that to Ja Rule, though, right? Because
he was
murder. No.
He was saying
murder.
He was saying that he was about to put out "Pain Is Love," which is his last really big album. "Pain Is Love" Part 2. Now, being that he's going to prison for 2 years, pain might be love. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a good thing. But
the ref takes away a point for roughing.
But it's like if you'll give like somebody like Lil Wayne, he's rich. He got the best lawyers that money could buy. Right now he does until he fucks off all his money or whatever the hell he's going to do. But right now he got the best lawyers money could buy. And the craziest part about it is they gave him prison time, right? So I'm wondering, like the average dude that gets caught with a pistol in New York, what happens to them? They just give them life? Because they're not playing. They're not playing with guns, and they're not playing with weed. And like I hear if you get caught with weed, it's just like getting caught with coke. My buddy told me that. Is he exaggerating?
I mean, I couldn't tell you. I've never been caught with weed, but I mean, I guess if that's what they're saying. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you have on you.
Bullshit.
If you got enough, well, it looks like you're trying to sell. I guess maybe you get in trouble for it. But I mean, I don't really, be doing that dumb shit. So.
No, I'm not saying you. I just hear a lot of stories, and I just trying to confirm it with somebody who actually might. Like I talk to people, right? And I don't know, and sometimes I think that they just think I'm some Washington State bumfuck hick, and they're telling me a bunch of stories, and they might just be bullshitting me. I'm trying to confirm it with an actual New Yorker who's there now in 2-degree weather doing the New York thing.
I mean, it's possible. I think it depends on the cop. It depends on how much you have on you. It depends on when you get caught. It depends on where you get caught. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things you got to factor in. You can have an asshole cop who really needs a collar. He's going to arrest you. You can be in a bad neighborhood where they're trying to clean up. You're going to get arrested. Now, if you're a nice kid and you were in a nice neighborhood and you get caught with a little fucking, a little clip, they're gonna probably slap you in the face and take it from you, and they're gonna run. They're gonna leave. They're gonna walk away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything factors in. You know what I'm saying? If you're a prick to the cop, and you try that tough guy shit, they're most likely gonna slap you and put cuffs on you and take you away and do this whole dumb charge for a little thing. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a record on you. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they want. In my opinion, they want to build records on anybody that they can, because the more people in the system, they don't like to have ghosts. You know what I'm saying? They want to know who you are, where you are, what you're doing. That's just how it is. Pretty much, yeah. And that's it. Over here, that's just how it is over here. I mean, I'm sure it's like that in other places. Other places are a little more liberal, but it's only a matter of time before they get as strict. Everything changes.
Don't forget, the prison system is a big. The prison system in this country is a big ass corporation that makes a lot of money, and it also makes money for the government. So that's another thing we have to look at. It's all about profit, and they make profit having people in jail. That's kind of that's just sad but true. Guys, we're gonna open up the lines. If anybody wants to call in for Cynile, please call in now. Go ahead, Cynile.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. That's that. I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I guess another point I was trying to make, I guess I can remember back in the day when the really popular stars didn't go to jail for anything. You remember those days? Yep. Like when if you were rich enough, see, this is what it is. It's like if you were rich enough, you could buy your way out of anything, but now the mayor of New York is one of the richest dudes, period. So you can't buy your way out of shit.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
It's true.
It's like your money. Your money means nothing now. Bottom line, your money means nothing with Bloomberg in there. He got all the cake.
Yeah, I think that dude got more than Oprah, bro. That fucking guy got like $17 billion in the bank.
Something like that. He's loaded. He's a. I mean, I was wondering if he was ever looking for a little. I wonder if he's looking for a Latino son to adopt, because I'm available. I'm just saying. I need a new father.
Shit, you won't even be able to go nowhere. Like, you'll be rich staying home.
But I'll have billions in the bank chilling.
Isn't that? I just thought that was a coincidence that all of a sudden they just start putting all these rich people in prison out of nowhere when they never used to, but now the cats with all the money is running the state. It's like I remember back when the mob and all the gangs had all the money. Now it's like the politicians got all the money. I
got a question for both of you, since both of you are in the entertainment business, in doing more than I'm doing in the entertainment business anyway, because I'm just a lonely producer here now. But let me ask both of you: do you think it benefits some rappers to have a rep, quote unquote, a rep, and go to prison several times to sell records? I mean, are they still looking at rappers in that sense of like, hey, if he goes to prison 5 or 6 times, or he gets shot and survives, yeah, we have an artist we can make some money with? I mean, is that like the only rappers really that are making it right now? Because it kind of seems like that is like the only way you can make it is if you've been shot 5 times or 9 times, or you've been to prison 5 or 10 times. Then you might have a shot. That's kind of what it looks like nowadays.
I got an opinion on that. Go ahead, Cynile.
When it comes, I mean, I guess it depends on who's looking at it. I mean, I would say from maybe a marketing standpoint, whoever's actually pushing you and whoever's, investing in you, maybe they can use that as some PR, you know what I'm saying, and try to get your name out there a little more in the articles and whatever's online. I think as far as the people, I think it's kind of taken a turn, because it's becoming less cool. You know what I'm saying? Before, I remember a point where it was like, yo, homie got shot, 9 times, like 50 Cent. Homie got shot 9 times. That's I was trying to talk about. Yep. Now it's like, that motherfucker got shot 5 times? Yeah, it's like stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all like, it depends. Like, and like I said, we're in a world of now. And if you're not now, and you're locked up for 3 years, and you're sitting in there getting rusty, because that's what happens to a lot, not everybody, but a lot of people go in there and don't come out the same. I mean, chances are your career is taking a turn for the worst, and you better have made some good investments. I mean, that's my opinion. Like I said, it depends on who's looking at it. Maybe the people that are backing you financially maybe use it as a way to try to spin your name and keep you more relevant. But as soon as you go away, you're going to become less relevant. I mean, look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was very smart as, you know, when that whole situation happened when he went away, because he was still on the radio waves like he was here. You know what I'm saying? It was like he didn't go anywhere. He kept pushing his records.
Yeah, it's true.
But the industry, but see, the thing is though, is that the industry only has one big pop artist at a time, and right now that's Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? He's not a good example of how it really goes.
Eminem, dude. Eminem, I think he's a little hotter right now than Lil Wayne. The last Eminem.
Well, no, I guess. I guess I was referring more to the time where Wayne was locked up. But my point really is that I think people had, I think people have grown like numb to a lot of that sort of crap. I don't think anybody cares anymore. It's like maybe that was a big deal back when we hadn't seen it before. Because like what I was saying earlier, there was a time where, you know, the rich and popular people got away with stuff. You know, it's not that big rappers from back in the day never got caught with pot or a weapon. I think they got a pass a lot of times, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, cats in New York didn't just start carrying pistols, correct? It's like something changed. It's like nobody really cares anymore about that. How many times you got shot and how, you know, how long you've been to jail. I don't think anybody cares. Now, it used to be a big deal. And the reason it was a big deal is because companies like Interscope and the big record labels discovered in the early 90s that there was a lot of profit to be made by selling ethnic death and suffering via music. And it worked a lot for a really long time. But I think now everybody's just desensitized to everything. And I think only those who are truly creative are really going to be able to break out. And see, and that's one thing, if whether you like Wayne or whether you don't like Wayne or Eminem or any of these like big name rappers, those two in particular, they both got one thing in common. They're both very creative. Who cares what kind of trouble they've gotten to? Can you make an interesting song about it? Not just a song, an interesting song. If you can't make an interesting song, no one cares.
Yeah, basically.
And it used to just be the story that sold it all. The story used to sell records like crazy, but now people are desensitized. There's too much information. Nobody cares about that crap. That's what I think.
Yep. It's true. Guys, we're coming up to a break here. You want to play another Cynile track? Because I do have a few other ones here, and we have about 25 minutes left on the show. So you want to play another track real quick?
Yeah, let's do that, man.
Go ahead, man.
I got here, let's see, you pick, man, because, you know, you're the guest tonight. So we got What's My Name, Fire Flame, I Want Mine, and Set in Stone. Which one do you want to play next?
You know, What's My Name was a remix to Rihanna's What's My Name. I just added a verse on it, you know, because it was popular and I got a lot of hits on YouTube or whatever. So I mean, you could play that, or Fire Flame is pretty dope. That's it. You know what? Play Fire Flame now, and we'll do What's My Name on the next one, because I think people heard What's My Name like crazy. So you could play Fire Flame. Fire Flame's dope.
True
that's another C-mix. That's a C-mix to Lil Wayne's Lil Wayne and Baby's Fire Flame. I don't even know whose song it is. I just took the beat and I used it, and it's dope. So
he's just jacking for beats old school style on Outtasite Radio, PSN Radio. It's Outtasite the Jackal with Cynile jacking for beats. Let's do this, y'all. I dig what I'm hearing, man. I'm all about that song, man. I'm about my business. It's stuck in my head. It's going to be stuck in my head for a while, as a matter of fact.
I'm telling you, that's going to be your ringtone in the next couple of days. It is. It's catchy as hell.
Watch that be on the radio in like 2 years. Yeah, you had the chance to hear it before everybody else. See, that's dope.
Yeah, I'll be out here be like, I told you motherfuckers that song was going to be a hit. I told y'all. Nobody wanted to. I told you.
No, and if it happens, I'll be right back on this fucking radio station cursing and laughing, which I appreciated. I mean, what did y'all think of the last track that was played?
I thought it was good, and that was like a mixtape song, right?
Yeah, basically. Yep. Yeah. It wasn't original, but it was a chance for me to just let loose and say whatever.
Yeah, it's all good, man. You definitely got skills. It's strange listening to you rap over that particular track because it's like I've heard that song like a million times, but
yeah,
it's mixtape stuff. You're supposed to jack people's beats and let loose. That's what it is these days. Bottom line, that's a good way to get heard. I mean, that's just what the business is, you know. Real talk.
Yep, I do it all the time.
I definitely took a different approach than the original. You know, I try to, you know, add my own style or whatever. I think it came out pretty dope. I liked it. You know, whatever. I mean, I think it was cool. Like I said, like you know, the mixtape.
Y'all have done some work.
What's up?
Y'all have done some work together in the past, correct? You and the Jackal. I know. I heard some tunes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
we've done one song together. Actually, yeah, we did.
You know, it's crazy. When I actually remember that Jackal. I don't know how he found me, but he said I guess I was trying to promote it, and he found me somewhere. And he sent me a beat. I don't know where he got the beat from, but the beat was crazy. As soon as I heard the beat, I was like, "Yo, this is dope." The track was called Hip Hop. It's called Hip Hop, and
yep,
it was kind of like instant because of the way the track flew, and it was just it was crazy. I actually listened to that maybe like a week ago. I haven't heard it so much now because it's been in the archives for a while. So
hey man, like so you upload the website that you upload songs to on a regular basis would be YouTube, right? Why don't you plug your YouTube channel, man? I don't think we did that during the whole show. We didn't plug your YouTube channel. We didn't do none of that.
Yeah,
plug your Twitter. I mean, plug all your social networking stuff, man. Before we completely forget.
I'm pretty much on everything. For anybody listening, Twitter and Facebook. It's facebook.com/Cynile. That's CYNILE. Short for Mr. Cynical. Spell that right. Twitter, also the same thing, twitter.com/Cynile. It's pretty simple to remember. YouTube, I actually have youtube.com/ let me double check. It's not /Cynile. Oh, okay, it's /PopPills07. That's POPPILLS07. That is the YouTube channel where most of the music is. I also have a YouTube channel. Where it's youtube.com/Cynile. But more stuff is on the Pop Pills 07. Again, Twitter, Facebook, Reverb Nation, any of those things, you log on and /Cynile. If you got any difficulty finding me, just go to your Google tab, which I know everybody has. Type in my name, and you'll see. You'll see listings for everything. If you're interested in hearing any of my music, you can also contact me, directly through Twitter or Facebook. You can definitely hit me up. If you got a song that you might have heard on the show, and you want, whatever, hit me up with an email, and I'll definitely get back to you trying to get you some music, man. So again, Facebook, Twitter, Reverb Nation, all of those. Thisis50.com. Everything is the website itself /Cynile. Again, if you have any complications, you can just go onto your Google tab. It's CYNILE, and you'll find plenty of music on me. A couple bios here and there. Some of them are incorrect. Some of them are correct. Whatever. Any info you want to know, you just hit me up, and if any rappers or singers or whatever is listening, definitely any collaborations we can do. If you're talented, in my opinion, I don't want to say who is and who's not, but who I like, I'll definitely work with you. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, again, it's pretty simple. If you can't find anything, just Google me, CYNILE, and let's do some business.
You know what, man? You might have to consolidate your YouTube, but I like that. They like consolidate it to one page, but I like the Pop Pills 07. So I don't gotta say. So what was you doing back in 07? It's right in the it's right in the title of the YouTube page. I don't gotta ask you about 2007, that's for sure. So what was going on in 08? Let's just bring it past 07. We know what's up there. In 08, that's when it
happened in 08.
Man, like 08. 08 was fucking crazy. Like 08 was like 08 was
08 flew by, man. It just passed by quick.
Right. And that see you don't remember 08. You don't remember 08 because of 07, basically.
07, right. No,
but you remember wait a minute. Do you remember 09? You remember 2010? You remember when Barack Obama was inaugurated? I mean,
you know, I heard
Barack
about
Obama.
Like
Who's that?
I did. I was recently informed that we have a black president, so I am on that.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
the whites elected a black president. Holy crap! Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm up on a lot of stuff. I know a lot of info. I was actually listening to the show earlier, and I heard you guys talking, you know, trashing the Black Eyed Peas, which I thought was funny because I saw the performance. You know, I wanted to say something back then. I couldn't. What I wanted to say about that was, I don't think their performance was as bad as their, you know, as whoever was doing the technical work.
Right.
You know, like whoever was control. Yo, I tell you, I told my girl, I was like, yo, if I was performing at the Super Bowl at halftime and they were fucking up my mic like that, I would have just stopped and been like, yo, you know what?
Yeah, the scene was horrible. It was just terrible.
Yo, you ain't gonna make me look bad. Like, yo, somebody fucked that up horribly because I made them look really bad. I don't think it was them per se, because they are very talented, and those.
I didn't see it, man.
Nah, it was.
You didn't miss much.
I'm sure it did.
But wasn't it like uber gay with like the outfits and like the whole neon stuff and all that? It was like super gay, man. I don't know. They like gay-fied the entire Super Bowl this year.
The thing about it though, man, when you go live, you're gonna have technical problems here and there. It's just at the halftime of Super Bowl, it's not the time that you want to have technical problems. Like when you're playing at the club up the street with like 400 people, you can, you know, have technical problems and make jokes about it, but not at halftime during the Super Bowl, where they're charging. I mean, how long are you on stage as an artist at the Super Bowl? A couple minutes, you know, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 6 if you do a melody of songs. Think about how much they're charging for that commercial time. How much more money the network could have made just running silly commercials as opposed to running a bad technical show by the Black Eyed Peas. It could have made a lot of more money.
It's like I said, if it was me, somebody would have got fired. Like somebody would have been fired, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is though, it's the past.
I like that group though. I do like the Black Eyed Peas though. And I have heard them live on different shows and stuff before, or at least I thought they were live, and they didn't sound that bad. So I kind of, well, it's possible. And like I said, I didn't see the Super Bowl thing. I should be ashamed of myself. I do a weekly radio show, and I didn't even watch the halftime show. But this is what, no, I watched some of the game. No, I watched a lot of the game. I did not, because it was the old school matchup. That's what got me interested. I'm not a big sports fan, period. I ain't gonna lie. I was back in the day, but I don't know. It's just everything changes. All the players you like kind of retire, and you get out of it a little bit. It's just natural, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, you know, it's funny. True. You say you're not a big sports fan. That would actually come back to an earlier question that you were like, yo, what motivates you? What gives you that? Like, what do I look for inspiration? Yeah, I'm a sports fan, and when I see, you know, my team playing, I get energized, man. I get like, I'm ready to make some music, and you know, they put me in that, you know, go in the booth and rip it type of mood. Like, I mean, especially if they're doing good, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely like that was one of the things I didn't think of earlier. Sports, man. I'm a huge football fan. Like I follow. I know stats like ridiculous. I'm a sports fan.
How disappointed were you with the Jets How disappointed were you when the Jets lost in the
playoffs? Man,
I was riding for the Jets. Man. Being from Miami, we hate the Jets down here. But I was actually rooting for the Jets this year, man. I was like, come on, Jets! That team they had put together this year was actually, I thought, a badass team, and if they keep those guys together, with Sanchez the quarterback and all that, they have a good squad, man.
Let me tell you, man, I was very disappointed. That's my team. Sanchez, me and Sanchez are, same age. So I'm going for him. I can only imagine the kind of pressure he's going through. Being up there and having to lead his team. I think he did a great job. It was a great game. They did what they could. Maybe they were a little intimidated, but I still think they have more talent than the Steelers. And I think if they went to the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers don't look like he did in that game. But next year, right? So we'll just wait and see what happens.
What are your favorite teams, man?
Rodgers, man, he was good.
I'm Jets are my favorite team. Jets, I watch the Jets a lot. I think I watch every game. Like if they're on, I'm watching it. Sunday is for recording and watching the Jets, man. And
so you're a big time. You're a big time Jets fan. So basically, if it was a different day, a different time, if the Jets were playing right now, you would not be on this show.
I mean, well, I wouldn't say that because I'm a big time Jets fan, but I'm more of a Cynile fan. You know what I'm saying? So I look out for number one first.
Good answer.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you.
Smart man. I'm a Cynile fan.
Yeah.
More.
I mean, I come first. I mean, once I made it and I got the bankroll, then I'll go to the Jets games a little more. But for now, we gotta do promo. We gotta do shows, man. The Jets are always gonna be around.
You do basketball too?
I do basketball, but I'm not really a New York fan. They haven't done shit in so long that it's just turned me off to watching the Knicks and shit like that. Now they got a good squad this year because of Amari, but it's neither here or there. When it comes to basketball, I'm more of a bandwagon fan. Like, whoever's winning, I'm watching. Because I don't follow it as closely as I do football, so I'm not, like, devoted. I can't be like, I like watching this. I use it a little, I guess I use it a little as inspiration. Whoever's doing trashy, I might use another rapper and compare a trashy basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been like that forever. You use whoever's doing bad, I'll smash the opponent with something that's going on now. And
so it's safe to say you're a Miami Heat fan right now. It's safe to say you're a Miami Heat fan right now.
I definitely go with the big three because everybody loves the big three.
Everybody outside of Cleveland, of course.
I roll with them, but if the Lakers get mellow, we're gonna have to see. So we'll see, man. I mean, it's dope. It's this sports shit, the competitive nature in general, I love to be a part of. Like this is what rap was built off of, competitive nature. This is what we do. If you're really into it, competitive nature, you got to be a sports fan if you're a rapper. I mean, come on, you got to.
Now I used to be. I was a big sports fan. When Jordan played with the Bulls. I mean, the old school Cowboys team. I used to love those games. I'm a little salty because Seattle lost their basketball team. The Sonics left us a couple years ago. We were swindled out of our team, but that's a whole nother different that's a whole nother different subject. But I was a
whole sad story.
Much bigger. Yeah, we don't want to get into that, Jackal, because Jackal just rub it in.
Yeah, we just run it all day. Like I said, it's
big three, baby. Big three, no team. Big three, no team.
Yeah, I mean, competitive nature, man. This is what rappers do, and this is how I've lived forever. I'm a very competitive guy. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm so competitive when it comes to maybe battle rapping. That's something I've never really gotten into. Not because I can't, but just because it's never. I feel like a lot of the battle rappers that are popular, they might have a buzz kind of locally, and that's kind of what they're known for. So when they go to try to transcend into a recording artist, people are like, yeah, that was good, but he could spit his ass off on an acapella.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get, I don't want to be in that category where I'm a dope ass battle rapper and I try to record something and people don't want to listen to it because it's not battling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, the thing is, though, there's a difference between battle rapping, especially in the real traditional freestyle way of battle rapping. I think even the word freestyle got a different meaning. Freestyle,
it's not
back in the day meant off the top of your head. Now freestyle means something that you haven't heard yet on a song, and I memorize it and I say it as if I'm just thinking of it. It's like
because it's become it's become a business. It's you have to go out and you have to it has to be perfect, because if you mess up, then nobody's going to give you the time of day. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie and be like, yo, I got rhymes in my head. I mean, I'm going to say whatever's in my head that comes out. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, I might mix it up off the top with a little bit of stuff that I know in my head already, mix it up with shit like that. But, if I'm gonna spit, it's gonna be good, and that's it. That's the first impressions of everything with fans. Like, I don't know how many people are listening. I hope a good amount of people are listening, but
millions. Are you kidding me, dude? Millions upon millions of people are listening right now. But man,
of course they're all inside my head. But this happens.
What I noticed about battle rappers, a lot of them can't transition into making a good song. There's a difference.
Yeah,
it's a completely different. It's a completely different thing, and even Eminem talked about this. Yeah, for those out there who don't know, he was actually the biggest battle rapper on the underground at one time. He said that he had to be taught. Like, he said that Dr. Dre basically taught him how to structure a song, because he really had no idea how to structure a song, because it was all about rap until you win, not about let's make a 3.5 minute song that means something with a good hook, maybe a bridge, even though rap songs really don't got bridges anymore. Wish they did. But it's like it's just a totally different thing. It's a different process, basically. Totally different process. And some people can't cross over. And the bottom line is there's a lot more money in making a good song, because you can package it. You can't package a 20-minute battle on anything other than a DVD, and people don't have 20 people don't have 20 minutes of their time to give you anyway. You want to hook people in that 3-minute song. That's the and
a lot of the problem also with I would say with more of the kids that are coming up now, their intellect is not, I don't want to say they're dumb, but they're not there to really listen to what you're saying, because they're not going to sit there and dissect what you're saying and be like, yo, that was dope. They're going to be like, the fuck does that mean? That was whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like it's that, man. Like, kids, it is
cynical.
Well, that's why that's why they always say they have to dumb down hip hop, because the population at large, just when it's too complex of a metaphor, they get lost in the metaphor. And they're like, what did he say? What? That's what happened to like cannabis. His metaphors are too complex, and people just don't understand what the hell he's saying half the time. And the dude's just saying some real smart
so they
shit.
Don't give him.
But he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
They don't give him the time of. Yeah. There's a lot of rappers like that are fucking crazy lyrical, and they don't get no credit because nobody gives a shit. I mean, Shutter Island is a good fucking movie, but I ain't gonna watch it 7 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't trying to sit there and really dissect everything and trying to figure shit out. You gotta move with the times, man. And I think I've also had to do this too, because if I were to send you a lot of my early stuff, I was always trying to be too complex and lyrical and trying to be the best. Man, now I just try to do whatever people are going to get, whatever's coming to me, whatever I feel is right to say. I used to have that problem where I would say a lot of shit, and it was too complex where it didn't sound right. It was like, why am I trying to be so nice? Like, I let it just come to me. And, when that transcended, like, you look at the two, what you played so far. You played Business, you played Hollywood Scandal, and you played Fire Flame, the C-Mix. Business was at a point where I was kind of transcending to a more, I wanted to be more aggressive and keep my lyrical content as high as I thought it could for that song. I didn't want to go too crazy with it. but I wanted to have a good energy. Hollywood Scandal was like, okay, this is a dope beat. I'm gonna make a good hook, a hook that I think people are gonna more want to listen to the song because of the hook than the actual verses. And then Fire Flame was like, I'm a Fire Flame spitter. I can spit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it doesn't matter what I'm making. I could adapt to whatever. I could adapt to whatever's playing. It comes down to what do people want to listen to. You know, and I fully understand that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot of the problem, you know, that I see with battle rappers and all this shit. And, you know, people that complain they not doing it right, they're not getting heard, people not listening to them. You know, I fully understand that it's business, and I understand that it's more than just your rap skill. I understand it's your looks, it's your flows, it's the melodies you use. You know what I'm saying? It's all around, and it's all because, I mean, it's kids who listen to it. It's kids who convince their parents to buy it. And that's what you need to do. Nobody's going fucking... First of all, gas is too damn expensive to drive down to Tower Records or FYE. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's going on their computer or their phones and buying it straight off iTunes. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason with mixtapes. I don't drop the mixtapes the way I do.
Yep. That's real talk.
And no parents got... No, nowadays you got to work 12 or 13 hours to make a decent living, you know, to at least be able to pay rent and maybe have a little extra on the side if you're lucky. So, I mean, you don't really want to be going out. I mean, you're tired. You know, I understand. So I try to put music out there that the kids are going to listen to. And some kids are going to say this about me, and some kids are going to like me, some kids aren't. I mean, I can't satisfy everybody. But I do what I feel is best and what I feel is the most in. I used to have the problem where I picked the songs that I liked over what everybody else liked. And
right.
That's just not how it works. You know what I'm saying? I've adapted.
Hey man, it all comes down to when it all comes down to it, you know, it all lies in the hands of the listener. Bottom line.
Basically.
And no matter what you're doing, man, whether you're a major lyrical dude or whether you're a hook person or whether you're spoken word, or no matter what you're doing, it's all about the song. And my advice to anybody doing music and doing that thing is to fit as much really good shit in a 3-minute span as you possibly can and lay it out there, man. And stop making 6 or 7 minute songs, people. Like you're the Rolling Stones in 1972. Stop doing that. That just cut it off. Let that be the concert. Let that be the concert version. I know, and I'm talking to you, Jackal. Damn it.
Yeah. I know.
we're actually coming to the end of the show, and I want to thank our guest tonight, man. You were great. I'm definitely going to have you back on again. Cynile, and check him out, man. You could get all of his social networking sites basically by Googling his name, Cynile. Check out my man Cynile. He's on the grind. He's working hard. He's out there in New York. He's suffering in 2-degree weather. He's still on Outtasite Radio. He's still about to get on the mic tonight and do some more demos. Yep. My man is doing his thing. Now the Jackal is spoiled rotten, but we still love him here on Outtasite Radio and PSN Radio. He's down there in Miami, bragging about how great the weather is most of the time and how he's partying and all this and that.
Loving
but
it.
Jackal's crazy.
Right.
That's just between me and you who's listening. Don't tell anybody. But the man is actually nuts. You've been tuned in to Outtasite Radio, and I want to thank everybody. And we're gonna take you out by another track by my man Cynile. But like I always say, out of sight, out of mind, saw the light. Now you're blind, shining bright. Now you're crying. Party up, out of time. We are out of time. Say something, fellas.
Yeah, man. I want to say thanks for having me on, guys, and for the opportunity to get to talk a little and let some people know who I am or whatever, and promote my music. Just want to say thanks, and I look forward to seeing you guys at the top. All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
there
done.
We go.
Jackal, if you're gonna spin another record, make sure it's dope. And
it is. It is. it always is. Again, it has Cynile on it.
For all the social networking, like I said, there's too many to say. Just Google Cynile, like my man said, Cynile,
yep.
a.k.a. Mr. Cynical. I'm from New York. It's fucking cold. I'm out. Thank you, fellas.
And check out this little track by yours truly and Cynile. This is hip hop.
You know what it is. Logic Entertainment. Yeah. See now, I'm back. I'm here. I'm that. It's clear. It's clear. Come on. Yo. This is hip hop, homie, in a form so true. I need you, I bleed you, I got my hands round you. I have gotten so great with the things I do. The talent I have, I grab with the mic too. Now if they were to ask and I were to tell, then I would reply, hip hop ain't well. But if I do me and you like my moves, then just let me be and I can save this too. It's all what I thought, got pieces of pieces. Break down this rap shit to nephews and nieces. Fans become fans when I rip apart a thesis. I could say anything, the kids will still believe it. You sound pretty smart till a smart person come. Without an education, got the boss to call you dumb. So, how you feel now with them thousands gone? I can make you feel stupid with my wit and charm. Now the music I love is the music you hear. When I take it step by step, like I'm shifting a gear. Build a rep, got your street cred, you step to the steps that you got within your boundaries with tons of respect. Now everybody from the neighborhood is calling your name. Fortune and fame, along with it you must entertain. Money to gain, money to burn, haters to aim. Drama to churn, pages to turn, sense to flame. Now love me or hate me, appreciate it greatly. Faded, now lately let me live or fucking take me. Maybe I'm crazy or maybe I'm saying yo, Jesus in plain clothes playing through your radio. Far from I might be slightly in sight G. Just past the mic, me trying to vision what I might see. I try to paint a picture in music, I'm an artist. So picture an upbringing, golden fucking heartless. It's nothing but a process, some shit that I done learned though. Got a couple haters, motherfuckers gonna burn slow. Learn yo, maybe you got an angel, a lock on a target, some shit that I can aim through. Am I simply crazy, some shit that I become now? A lot of people misinterpret, so just let me dumb down. Money, cash rules everything that I'm about, yo. The day that I'm not, I am just another side. Now if they were to ask and I were to tell, then I would reply, hip hop ain't well. But if I do me and you like my moves, then just let me be and I can save this too. This is hip hop, homie, in a form so true. I need you, I bleed you, I got my hands round you. I have gotten so great with the things I do. The talent I have, I grab with the mic too.
Yo, it's basic mathematics. When you treat the mic like if it was drugs and you was the addict. See, the streets can make your mind fall into bad habits. So I stay strong and away from the negatives just to live lavish. I keep training night after night in a padded room in front of the MIC. Lights off, no AC. Welcome to the life of an MC. And I only speak about the world that I see. If you got time, homie, I like to tell you my story. A life full of smoking weed and having the finest bitches perform sex orgies. Spending late nights at South Beach, club hopping to get exposure. From mixtapes to doing shows with my soldiers. See, if I keep it true to this art form that I love, then bad luck won't fit on me like OJ's bloody glove. And maybe someday the sun will shine up above. Dog, I see myself still rapping till I'm old and gray. And even if I am or ain't paid, I'll be an MC till I see my grave. People wonder how one thinks of the shit he spits, but it's simple when you live the way we have. It's easy to rip. It comes from the inner soul, a gift you just can't seem to get rid. So go ahead, let the haters who want to talk shit spread their lip. Cause even though this is hip hop, nigga, I still got my nine by my hip. No matter what hood you in, dog, we smoking the same trees. Don't get it twisted, money. This is still that thug shit. And in the South, we don't talk loud, we just pull out the hit. Careful, fella, before you wake up with your throat slit. Oh, and just to let you know, hip hop ain't dead. It just needed some new logic for your heads. The Jackal, see now, let's go.
Now if they were to ask and I were to tell, then I would reply, hip hop ain't well. But if I do me and you like my moves, then just let me be and I can save this too. This is hip hop, homie, in a form so true. I need you, I bleed you, I got my hands round you. I have gotten so great with the things I do. The talent I have, I grab with the mic too.